Hey guys, welcome to another edition of our Make 2024 Count webinar series. And as a freelance writer, I work with international clients, and when I mean none, has ever asked me for a certificate. All they care about is my personal brand. That's the power of a personal brand. And we're going to talk to a master in the trade today in the person of Chika Ike-ojukwu. You are welcome to Make 2024 Count, Make Your Life Count webinar series. And if you're just joining us, please let's know where you're joining us from. Type in the comments box. If you've got questions on personal branding that you want us to attend to, please type it in the comment box. Without wasting your time, I'll quickly make an introduction of our speaker today. But before then, let me invite her to the podium. Okay, just a minute. You are welcome, Chika. God bless you. And thanks for agreeing to do this with us. Yeah. Okay, so let me quickly make an introduction before we delve into our conversation proper. Chika Ike-ojukwu, popularly known as Chi Globe, you're going to tell me the story about that in a second, is a content creator, LinkedIn influencer, and LinkedIn optimization and content marketing coach. She helps business and personal brands to gain visibility and monetize their online presence while leveraging LinkedIn for impact, influence, and income. She has also coached 5,000 plus personal brands on LinkedIn optimization, content writing, content marketing, and personal branding. By the way, if you are looking for a badass LinkedIn marketer, you have one in the person of Chika. And she writes top scrolling content for brands which generate leads and boost conversion. Chika is part of the top 50 African influencers by Engati. She has also worked with Get Fit NG and Sales Ruby. Those are major brands. Utiva, LinkedIn, Local Lagos, among others, as a brand influencer. She's an online content creation and influencer marketing top voice by LinkedIn and an awardee of TIBA as a content creator stroke creative of the year. As you can see from what I've said, we've got a master of the trade in-house, and we are so grateful to have her on the House of Wisdom platform. She is recognized as Seller 100 Top African Creators by Seller and Top 60 LinkedIn Creators by Favicon. And so without further ado, I want to invite Chika Ike-ojukwu onto the House of Wisdom platform.
Thank you so much, Ma. Like, I'm really excited. I'm happy that we are doing this again, and we are doing it at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention that Chika is the founder of Everything Chi Global, a writing, speaking, and coaching brand. And this creative hub offers resume writing, resume revamping, editing, stroke proofreading, content writing, public speaking, LinkedIn optimization, and coaching services. By the way, she's also an author of 4 amazing books. Can you imagine that? The Winning Success, Dream to a Reality, The Money Magnet Content Writer, and Practical Answers to Your LinkedIn Questions. She uses social media as her tool for influence as she writes to inspire, motivate, educate, and inform. Welcome, Chika.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Ma, I think before, I don't know what happened, but I was saying that I'm really excited to be doing this with you. This is the second time that we're doing this together, and it's amazing. Like, I usually tell persons that reach out to me, call on me and I will answer. And
I
I
love
would
that.
do it for special people, free of charge, like no strings attached. If you call me again tomorrow, let's have this conversation. I'm ready
Yeah.
to pour whatever is inside of me because I see this as part of my impact stream. There's
Yeah.
when you have your income streams, they say diversify your income streams, your investment portfolios, and the rest of it. This for me is an impact stream. I'm not getting paid for it, but I'm giving to people, and I believe that whatever is given to people would always multiply, right? Okay, so it's the new year, new me. I don't believe in new year resolutions. I believe in new year goals, like goals that you've set, realistic goals. That you said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get 50,000 plus LinkedIn follower by the end of this year, and you are on something like 30,000 followers. To me, it's realistic. If you do more than 50,000, it's okay. If you maybe you are between, it's okay. But you are on 1,000 followers today, and you are saying by the end of this year, you're going to have 100K followers. You are going to do a lot of things that are not in line with your personal brand, as we'll discuss at the start, to make sure that dream comes to a reality. The dream is valid, but is it realistic enough for you not to put yourself under pressure? You know, there's a new slang that came out, no grief for anybody. It could be in the negative, it could be in the positive. So, no grief for anybody for me means that I am my limits. I set the limits, I set the boundary on where how high I can fly and the rest of it. So, that's that for that and that.
Awesome. I love that. Now, I want to pick some things from what you said. I just kept quiet for you to talk. Impact stream. I love the idea. And our YouTube channel is an impact stream. People have asked me, why are you crazy about this? Why are you doing this? You're not getting paid for it. And I'm like, this is the way to go. We got to empower people with what we know, with the network we have. People may not have that kind of network. I have it. And I can invite these people to come and see it. Okay. And you also mentioned New Year resolutions. By the way, if you are following this stream, I have a video on why New Year resolutions don't stick. It's a must watch. And she has also just told you that you don't even need to waste your time on them. Set New Year goals that are realistic and work on them. Great. And then you also mentioned no grief for the devil. And there was a video I did, I think last Friday, when I was talking about the harsh truth about starting a YouTube channel. And I said, no grief for the devil, no grief for anybody, no grief for yourself, because you can be your own limit, like you just said. And so I'm adding no grief for yourself, because we can also hinder ourselves, as I have discovered in my success journey. Thank you so much, Chika, for gracing our platform once again. And I want to start by saying that I already said it, but I want to repeat it because it's leading to a question, that I work online as a freelance writer and with international clients, yet none of them have ever asked for my certificates due to the power of personal branding, because nobody really cares about that. Once they see your content positioning you as an expert, they will definitely reach out to you for a job, right? And so that has been my own experience, and I'm going to ask Chika to share our own experience too. I think we lost her in a bit, and it might be network issues. Let me see if she's back on the stream so we can continue our conversation. Okay, she's not yet back. I'm sure she'll join us soon. And so, like I said, sometimes it amazes me that we have all these social media and people are not taking advantage of them. Rather, they will sit and watch videos upon videos. You are just a consumer. Why don't you be a creator? You know, there are two divides. You're either consuming or creating. And so, fine, it's good to consume because you are learning in the process, but also look at the situation where you can also create that content for people to view, for people to watch, for people to listen to, for people to read. And so I can imagine us having the kind of resources we have, the social media free tools that we have today, and people won't take advantage of them. And that is the essence. That is why we are doing this conversation today, because these tools are there. It's unlike the past. For instance, I grew up in the age where if you wanted to see a CEO, you had to go through his or a secretary. And so secretaries became in practical terms, the second boss. So you are trying to understand the main boss, and you're also trying to understand the secretary, and then you put you fill the form and everything before the secretary allows you to see the boss. But now the CEOs are also on social media, and you can network with them. These are all free opportunities that we've got to take advantage of, and that is why we are having this conversation this afternoon. And I hope you follow us. By the way, if you're on the live stream, let's know let's know where you are joining from. Let's know where you are joining from so we can have a robust conversation. You can also post your questions around personal branding and related topics, and also let us know if you have questions, because we want to give you a warm virtual hug. And so let's know you. Don't be silent, right? You're welcome. Okay, we got her back, and so let me get her onto the stage once again. Okay, so you're back. So I was talking about the fact that, welcome back. So
Thank you.
I was talking about the fact that I have worked with international clients without any of them asking for my certificates because of the power of personal branding. And that is my personal experience. I want to ask you too, how powerful has personal branding been for you, and how have the results been like? I want us to talk in terms of specifics now.
Okay, thank you for that question. Okay,
Yeah.
personal branding, as the word implies, is personal. That's you as a person. That's why there is personal brand and there is business brand. Because you as a person, Iyabo or Oyawale, you are the brand. You are the brand. So people would want to do business maybe with the House of Wisdom because of Iyabo. Okay. So I tell people that you build your business brand on the foundation of your personal brand. If your personal brand is not strong enough, it might affect your business brand. Your first clients may not come because they heard the name. Let's say they heard the name Everything Chiglo, for example. They come to me because it's Chika, not because it's Everything Chiglo, right? So I've worked with clients, I've worked with people, I've had students reach out to me for my courses, my programs, and everything, not because they saw my business brand somewhere and said, oh, this person has this thing, because of the personal brand I have built for myself. And one thing I love about personal brand, it gives you the opportunity to build that know, like, and trust factor. So if somebody is reaching out to you, even if the person doesn't engage your product or your services, for the fact the person reached out to you, there is a level of trust that person has in whatever you can offer. Okay. So when it comes to personal branding, I see it as personal positioning. How are you positioning yourself, especially on the online space? Because nobody's really doing so many things offline right now. You have to show yourself. I think I was in an audio event on the 4th of January. I was one of the speakers, and I think one of the speakers said something very striking. She said, you may not necessarily be the best in your niche or your industry. But the thing is that the people that get paid for all their services and their skills and everything are the people that are seen, are the people that are known. Like, there are many persons that are doing amazingly well. They have the gifts, they can do better than you, but I don't know them. You don't know them, so there is no way you can actually buy from them. So even people that are doing mediocre things right now, they're the ones screaming. So our next stage, you don't have a choice but to get them, do one or two things for you, and maybe brush them from there. Okay. So personal branding for me is personal positioning. As I said, positioning yourself in a way that people know you. That knowing is very, very easy. When I mean easy, compared to trusting you, people knowing you, liking you, giving comments here and there and everything, but the trusting factor. takes a lot of time. Even if it's 100 naira somebody's supposed to give you for a course, it will take a lot of time to trust you to actually give you that money.
Awesome. Thank you for that explanation. So, your personal positioning matters in the world in which we currently are, because practically most people are online right now, and you can take advantage of the market it offers you as a service provider, even as a minister of the gospel. Instead of staying local, you are going global. That's a powerful, powerful thing you just said. And so I wanted to ask, I can see that you studied chemical engineering in Landmark University. And I'm like, what is a chemical engineer doing here? How did you get into what you currently do?
Okay. Yes, I studied chemical engineering in school. I've always been this maths person, physics person, a little bit of chemistry. Persons feel because I study chemical engineering, so chemistry is the everything. Not really. Chemistry is just a portion of it, but physics and maths, they are the main one. And economics too. Where you have to be counting money. The truth is that at the initial stage of my life, I wanted to become an accountant. And why? Because I wanted to count money. I will ask my mom for money, she'll say meet your dad. I will ask my dad for money, say meet your mom. So I told myself I'll be counting money so I can be giving mommy and daddy. But that did not work in the long run. Then um I decided to study engineering. So I was like, oh, should I go for petroleum and everything? I said, no, let me just go for chemical. And as God we have it, I studied chemical engineering. Awesome. Yeah. But the thing is, and the kind of country we find ourselves, it's not about what you studied in school. It's about what you have inside of you. What can you do? And I've always been someone that is proactive. I've never sat on my hands. My holidays, I went to learn sewing, I went to learn baking, I went to learn decoration. I've never been an idle person. So I know that God said, I will bless the works of your hands. The works of my hands is what I'm using my hand to do, right? So that has been the interpretation for me. So I said, if chemical engineering, oil and gas jobs, or anything is not coming, I will not still sit idle. God has put something in me, which is writing. I knew that I had the passion for writing since I was 12. And thank God for my mom. She actually nurtured that gift. That's why I would tell any parent, if you're listening to me and you're a parent here, nurture your child's gift. You are going to reap it in 100 folds. She nurtured that gift. I started writing before you knew what was happening. I wrote my first book. I launched it while I was leaving the university. Sorry, leaving secondary school. Wow. I made my first money while I was still leaving the secondary school. And my mom gave me the bulk money as my pocket money. One of the bulk money because she can't give me everything.
Wow,
One of the
I'm
bulk money
impressed.
for one of the bulk money for my pocket money. And that gave me a sense of God is indeed a keeper of his word. He will bless the works of your hands. And in school too, I became head of editorial unit. Anything that had to do with writing for the kingdom, I was into it. Before you knew what was happening, God was just doing his thing. I started writing another book and I launched it while I was leaving the university. So you see, that passion that was nurtured started birthing things I never knew I had inside of me. Okay, you're a content creator, you can write books, write books and sell. Before you knew what was happening, come to the online space, you can write for people, you can do this, you can do that. With just that one skill. And I said, and I told God something. I would eat. No, sorry. God told me, not I told him. He said, you would eat from your passion. Today, that's what's feeding my bills. Writing, write here, write there, write here, write this, do that, write ebook and sell, write my courses, do this, do that. The only place I work to during the only place I worked during that had to do with chemical engineering was my IT. That was my IT, and it was just okay. You had to just do it and the rest of it. But since that time, it has been everything writing. Before I went into the family of coaching and everything, I had to learn how to coach and everything and everything and everything. Here we are today. So I'm a chemical engineer by profession offline. I'm a content creator and LinkedIn coach by what would I call it now? By
By
passion.
night. By passion.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. I love that. I enjoy the story you read, you shared just now. And for me, being someone who is coaching young adults, you said something. You said learning skills is vital, very, very vital, very, very vital. I like that. Okay, now I wanted to ask that how has your personal branding journey been? Were there moments when you wanted to give up?
Mm.
As in your personal branding journey. Sure.
Yes. Yes, there's always going to be that moment of wanting to give up. Nobody is even Jesus had a moment when he said, "Ugh, I really can't do this again," and the rest of it. So there's been those moments for me when I feel, especially at the initial stage of maybe branding online, I was like, is this thing even working? Like, what am I even doing? Then I had to, as I said, I think I've shared the story before, where I had to redefine my why. My why for joining LinkedIn initially was to get a place for my internship as at that time, but I had to change it. I had to give it something that even if I am not making money at that point in time, there is a sense of fulfillment. I feel I'm doing something that made me talk about my impacts and influence, right? So there are sometimes when the LinkedIn algorithm wants to make you feel like you are not seen and the rest of it. While you're building, you're seeing other people progressing. Someone like me, I don't know how to get intimidated because right from times I've learned how to be contented with what I have, be it little or much. So I'm not the person to say, oh, I'm depressed or tensioned and everything. I see it as a stepping stone. I see it as motivation for me. So coming online, seeing those wins and everything, I'm like, wow, Chika, you can do this. You can do this. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. If you're not even feeling overwhelmed, if you're not even tired, if you're not even having the thoughts of giving up, I just feel there is something not right somewhere. Because it shows that you don't have all the power. You are limited as a human being. So you need God's power to be able to do it. So whenever I'm weak and whenever I'm tired, I'm like, God, I really can't do this again. Showing up every day, talking about this, doing that, everything. And I remember the why impact, the life that you are willing and able to bless with your words. And that gives me strength. That gives me all I need to actually do that. So the challenge for me is actually um trying to just do everything together, trying to do this, trying to do my business, trying to build my personal brand, trying to build my business brand, trying to just show up every day. Yes, it's really not easy, but at the end of the day, truly, it is worth it.
I love that you mentioned that because it's one of the questions I wanted to ask for people who are overwhelmed and burned out because they are in this journey of personal branding. They are struggling to do it all, and it's kind of overwhelming for them. They are on Facebook, they are on Twitter, they are on Instagram, and they are trying to juggle it all up. I know that you probably started on LinkedIn or maybe Facebook, I don't know. But I know on LinkedIn you got a followership of 39K followers. And for me, that's huge. But I wanted to ask that what would you tell someone who is overwhelmed or burned out in a bid to build a personal brand?
Okay. As I said before, personal brand is you as a person. So if you give in to being burnt out, overwhelmed, and everything, and you at the end of the day you're not able to do anything in the long run, it will affect you as the brand. So you need to be there to for you to have a personal brand. So if you're overwhelmed, if you're burnt out, I'm an advocate of take a break, take a step back. The internet will be there. When you come back, it will still be there. That's just the truth. It will still be there. There are persons that started posting, so people like us that started posting 1st of January. There are persons that took that 1st of January to 6th of January. That's
Okay, we recognize your presence, Goshen Graphics Creative Studio. God bless you. Thanks for joining us. And you said the global star is on this one. Yes, you are a global star. Like I say always, you can do it, and you are not meant to be small. And so we are all thinking big, dreaming big, and working big. And so thank you. And if you're also on the live stream, let's know where you're joining us from, and we can give you a warm virtual hug. Thank you for following the live stream. If you've got questions, please type them in the comment box so we can attend to your questions. And if you also just want to introduce yourself, kindly go ahead and do so, because we are big, big, big on community. Thank you so much for joining back, Chika, so you can continue with our question on overwhelm and burnout. You are muted, please. You are muted. Chika, you
oh,
are
so
muted.
so sorry, and
Yeah.
I've been talking.
Yeah.
So sorry. Okay, as I was saying, there are persons that took the break from 1st of January. They didn't tell anybody Happy New Year. They did that maybe on their WhatsApp and everything. They didn't show up on LinkedIn from 1st of January to 6th of January. That doesn't change the fact that if they show up today, we will still see them. So it all depends on you. LinkedIn is not running away. LinkedIn is still there in front of you. So they came today. I've been seeing new persons and new posts from persons that, oh, I know they took a break. They said they are not going to start January 1st. They need to breathe and everything. The LinkedIn is still there. They took their break. They rested. They did everything and everything. That does not make them inferior to persons that started January 1st. And the person that started January 1st, that it doesn't make them inferior too. So know what works for you and do it. Especially this year. This year, know what works for you. Know what works for you. Know what works for you. If you know that, oh, I would love to be taking breaks every 3 months, do it. I love to take breaks. So all I mean, I could remember when I started out on LinkedIn, I was posting from Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday, back to back. I will be posting every day. But at a point in time, I said, I need a me time. I need a time where I can breathe. I need a time when I can work on the contents of my clients and the rest of it. So I said, Saturday and Sunday, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything as regards work. I'm just going to sleep, eat, Netflix, and chill, just to make sure that I am creative enough to put up something on Sunday for my
Soft
clients
life.
and for myself.
Soft life,
Yes.
Chika.
What is the I'm a soft light gang member. What is the essence of making this money when you cannot actually take care of yourself when you cannot actually utilize it from the right thing. Because the truth remains, when you break down, like totally break down, that you have to be admitted into the hospital, are you going to be remembering LinkedIn? Are you going to remember your followers? The money that you have saved that you don't want it to take care of yourself while you are still okay, you will spend it times two, giving it to the doctors. So you need, if you need to take a step back, please do that. The internet is there, LinkedIn is there, Facebook is there, Instagram is there. When you come back, they will still be there.
Awesome. I thought I totally agree with you because our mental health is important. I tell people we are not going to break down because we are pursuing our goals, because we are pursuing our dreams. We are going to take care of ourselves. We are going to give ourselves grace. We're going to give ourselves rest because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and so we're going to rest in between. We are human beings, we are not machines. And recently I saw a video with a robot that actually broke down, and so if robots could break down, how much less we, you get. And so I totally agree with you. But then for a newbie, somebody who is just getting into this personal branding space, would you tell them to do all the networks at once, or they should start with, I don't know which one you started with, or they should start with one? What would be your advice? By the way, let me quickly acknowledge Goshen Graphics Creative Studio. You just said personal branding is you as a person. Great. And then you also said what? Know what works for you, and that is it. Don't compare yourself to anyone. You are running your own race, and so don't look at what another person is doing. You are on your own journey. And so please answer that question. For those who are just starting out, would you advise them to do all networks at once, or they should start with one? If they grow their impact on that one, they can move to another. What would you tell them basically?
Okay, for me, I said it's an advice. I would advise you go for two initially. Go for two initially, because LinkedIn is not your father's business. Instagram is not your father's business. Facebook is not your father's business. Even X is not your father's business. So choose a primary platform and a secondary platform. Okay. In case LinkedIn locks you out today, it won't stop you from showing up on Instagram tomorrow, right? So have that platform like secondary. For example, LinkedIn is my primary platform, Instagram is my secondary platform. Why sometimes things just go to Facebook, because if I post on LinkedIn, sorry, post on Instagram, um Instagram tends to take you to Facebook. I don't even really know what's happening there. So if the content goes to Facebook, I don't even care who made a comment or who did not make. If you saw it, fine and good, thank God. So that's just me for that. So if you want to have platforms, you want to start as a newbie, I would advise two platforms. Any platform, it could be X and IG, it could be LinkedIn and IG, it can whatever. We'll make it two, because in case one goes off, so that you not go and be depressed. But I know of persons that if they are linked, if they restrict their account on LinkedIn today, they will be depressed. So at least you will have another social media platform to keep talking and building your impact and influence. So I would advise you to diversify, but I will not advise you to be everywhere. Even if you have accounts on all these platforms, put your energy, because if you spread too much, your energy, and you don't have people working, maybe working with you, maybe you have a social media manager that takes care of your LinkedIn, takes care of your Instagram, takes care of your X and everything. You can be everywhere, you can spread. For example, Nigeria brand Chick, she can spread, she has the finances or the resources to spread across all social media platforms. But if you're just starting out, you're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. Too many algorithms disturbing your brain and the rest of it. So two initially.
Awesome, I love that. And I was going to talk about also the fact that this throwing off thing has happened to me too on Facebook. I was actually building a network on Facebook. I have a large account, a large following there that I can't access because the phone number I use there is lost, and they are insisting that that is the number that I should confirm the account with. So I'm just trying to tell the story to show that I can relate with the fact that one network might throw you off. And in fact, it has happened severally on LinkedIn. I've got people who reach out to me and say, LinkedIn locked out my account. And so I agree with the advice to do at least two, so that if one is not working, another one will work, so you won't end up being depressed. But I also wanted to bring in the idea of building an email list outside social media. What do you think about that, please? To safeguard yourself in case of in case
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's building an email list. I think it's part of my business goals for the year. Yeah, it's part of my business goals for the years. For the year, I think I have someone who is into this email list and automation thing, Tonia. So I think I want to dive into it because it's going to help me a whole lot. It's going to help my business in the long run because having this contact to yourself is awesome. It's beautiful. So something I want to do and it's something I would advise people to do. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I want to also go back in time and ask you that if you were starting your personal branding journey all over, what three things would you do differently based on what you know today?
Hmm. I was building my personal brand all over. Okay. First of all, I would have started using LinkedIn on time. As I said before, I knew about LinkedIn in 2019, but I really didn't utilize it. I was just off and on the platform. I wanted it for an internship, but it didn't work out. So I was just off and on the platform till 2022. Yeah, 2021 September to be precise. Then I started using LinkedIn. So if I knew about what I know now, I would have actually gotten an internship. But I've gotten an internship as at that time because I would have optimized my profile well, could have put my resume or my profile and everything I know now. Then two, I would have what else actually? I think the truth is that I started early. I started early. I started early enough to put my life in order. That's just the thing. I've been a very intentional person. So when I tell persons about being intentional, it's coming from I am preaching what I practice. I've been an intentional person. So I've been building my brand. I remember you asked me what is the reason behind Chi Globe, right? Okay. I think I'll just come to that to just talk about what you just asked me. While I was in school in 2016, I was looking for a name for my blog. I used to be a blogger. I used to be a blogger. So I was looking for a name for my blog and I was just going through. And I said, I'm like, my name is Chika Shebi. And I just said Chi Globe from the, I just said Chi Globe Rights. Something like that. I just said Chi Globe Rights. And that was it. So I didn't even know I didn't attach any meaning to Chi Globe Rights. I just said, oh, Chi Globe Rights. I did the domain. It was on Blogspot. And I went for it. So I was now telling then I was the deputy student female chaplain in my school. So I was telling the male chaplain that, oh, they have started my blog and you can go and check it out. The name is Chi Globe Write Ups. I was like, wow, Chi Globe, Chika going global. I said, hmm. That was when it occurred to me what I just did. I didn't, there was no meaning
Exactly.
to it from me. And he said, Chika going global. From that day, people started calling me Chi Globe, Chi Globe, Chi Globe. And it became a testimony. It became a
Yes.
testimony for me because right now I can say there it will be Chika going global. But right now it's not Chicago. Chika has gone global. Chika has gone global. So that name has brought about testimonies. Then right now I even had to change. I had to not just change the name. to global star. If you notice, I called my LinkedIn followers, my Instagram, everybody that's my fans or followers global stars, because I believe I am a global star. I have gone, I've gone global. So it's not just about Chick Globe now. It's about global star doing. So now everybody has started calling me global star. Oh, I even noticed that Goshen Graphic said the global star on this one. You see, the universe listens, people will adjust to it. People will adjust to it. So for me, right from here, I don't think if I had to go back in time, there's something really I needed to do. But I felt if I knew what I knew about LinkedIn today, I would have started well in 2019. And by God's grace, who knows where I would have been today. But no regrets, no regrets. God's timing is the best.
Global star. We are glad to have you in house. Yes. So Goshen Graphics Creative Studio. Thank you so much. I didn't even know you knew her her mantra. I thought you were referring to yourself. I didn't know it was to Chika. Anyway, if you are still on this live stream and you are yet to subscribe to House of Wisdom channel, I will urge you to hit the subscribe button now. It takes less than a minute to do that because we got loads of interviews planned out throughout the year, and we want you to be a part of it because we believe in value addition. And so, any conversation we are going to have by the grace of the Almighty is going to add value to your life, add value to your business, your career. There are so many things we've got planned. So, hit the subscribe button now, and God bless you as you do so. And so, let me move on by asking you, if I came to you as a client, as regards my personal branding, what questions would you ask me? Because somebody is watching this now and is asking in his mind, what are the questions that I need to answer? It might be to build a personal brand.
Okay. There are so many questions anyway, but the most pin question, and as I said before, personal brand is you as a person. So I would just generalize. I'll just generalize. So I'll take maybe you as an example. If I was to ask you, or maybe okay, you reached out to me, you want to work on your personal brand for the year and the rest of it. First question I will ask you is, where do you want to build that personal brand? You can now tell me, oh, I want to build my personal brand on Instagram. I prefer Instagram. LinkedIn is too professional. Can you come? I say, okay, no problem. Why do you want to build on Instagram? You give me your reasons. Who are your target audience on Instagram? You tell me this is that. What are your personal brand colors? I'm not asking for your business brand colors. For example, my personal brand colors are blue, yellow, and white. Then my business brand color is black and yellow. So they are two different things. So I'll ask you, what are your brand colors? You tell me. I say, what do they even mean to you as a person? Because I've asked people, what are your brand colors? They tell me red and white. I'm like, okay, what does red and white mean to you? Why red and white? And they're like, I'm just red and white. I just like red, just shiny. I'm like, wow. So there needs to be an in-depth. Why did you choose that color? Why did you choose white? Why did you choose red? Why did you choose blue? Why didn't you choose purple? Why didn't you choose black? All those questions, you will need to trash it. Now, when you know what all those things, then you now ask yourself, why do I want to build my personal brand? Now that I've chosen a platform, now I know my colors and everything. Why do I want to build a personal brand? If you give a very concrete answer to that question, then every other thing that has to do with your branding will be easy. You don't have to do maybe optimization, because the main question is why from you. Why do you want to brand? Why do you want to brand yourself? Why do you want to put yourself out there? It's not easy putting yourself out there. When you hear tell your story, it's not easy telling those stories. It's not easy just saying, I want to show up, I want to build, I want people to know me. Some people like private lives. They don't want anybody to know them. They don't care. They just want to be doing their things low key. They don't care. They want people to. That's why they want people to like them and the rest of people. They don't just care about that. Oh, knowing me. She does this. She does that. No, no, no. They just want their life. If you can answer the reason why you want to build your personal brand, you've answered 60% and percent of the question. Every other thing is just one thing here, one thing here, one thing here. Because that answer is going to inform your contents. That answer is going to inform your decision to show up even when you are tired. That answer is going to help you know what you want to achieve at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year, right? So those are the things, the basic things generally you can answer while building your personal brand.
Thank you so much, Chika, for that answer. I found it very insightful. And Goshen Graphics Creative Studio says he already subscribed. Thank you so much for that vote of confidence. If you are not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. God bless you as you do so. And also, I wanted to talk about the role of intentionality in building a personal brand. What role does intentionality play? And you also mentioned something, your why. And in success, they say you must have a strong why, because when it feels overwhelming and you're almost giving up, your why will keep you there. And
True.
so, what role does intentionality play? And then, what role does your why play?
Okay. Thank you so much. I think maybe this year that people are going to brand me as queen of intentionality because I'm coming with that angle this year because I know of persons that had goals. I know of persons that had plans, big, great plans, not as big as even of what I had last year, but um they could not actually see those goals and plans come to reality because of, I won't call it laziness, because of one thing or the other, because of excuses, because of the place of perfection, because of they were just unintentional for that goal. So the place of intentionality cannot be overemphasized. If you want anything to work, there has to be somebody working. There has to be somebody working. Just imagine this is like some persons are still taking their break. Oh. Some persons are still taking their break. This is second week of January. Some people are still saying, "Let me breathe, let me breathe." When some people are making all the money, they are still there saying, "Let them breathe." You are here. I don't know if I'm your first speaker for the year, or and you've started making plans already to bring other persons on board. That is the place of being intentional. Tomorrow, when the house of wisdom is, people will not come and say it's magic, or uh, this one, that one, but they never
They
saw.
will call it luck, Chika.
That's the word. That is the word. Someone like me, I don't believe in luck. That is the word. Even if I want to say, oh, work, I will change it to favor because God can favor you. But God will favor you when He sees that you are doing something in line. Just imagine you opened your YouTube channel today and there's nothing showing on the channel. You just say, oh, I believe in God. God will do something. Next week, you open and you're seeing 100K subscribers. It can't work like that. There's no magic to it, right? It has to take intentional effort. And when we talk about intentional effort, it's not easy. It is not easy. Like it takes a lot from you, from the decision making alone. For you saying, oh, I'm going to invite Chika on the 8th of January to come and talk, come and do this. Okay, we have to do the graphics, we have to do this, we have to check if StreamYard is doing this. That alone is the intention, right? So it takes a lot behind the scene. Later, when people watch this video and it looks like, oh, my Iyabo invited Chika and they are talking, right? But they did not see when you reach out to me, whether I said yes initially and said no later. They did not see when you sent me reminder. They did not see we talked about the flyer, your graphics designer. They will stain your whites. They did not deliver on time. This happened, that happened. They did not see all those things, how we had to reschedule and everything. But we are here. So the place of intentional effort is what is going to make people soar higher this year. So I want you that is listening to me to be part of that intentional gang, intentional community. Like Mayabo just said, she believes so much in community, and the House of Wisdom is a community. If you are here, you can go and join the community. Please do that. Intentional people, where people
Yeah.
hold you accountable for your goals, be it online, be it offline. You need it. So let me just quickly just say something about your why. Your why is important. Your why is what's only going to give you the strength to become intentional. My Yabo has a goal for House of Wisdom this year. So she knows that this is just one of the goals to achieve what she wants at the end of the year for. But I don't think we've had this on YouTube before. We had it, I think, in a okay. So
On Zoom.
on Zoom, beautiful.
Yeah. But
But this is
but
a
the video
different
is here. Video is here. We
oh,
eventually published it. Yeah.
wow. So different strategies are in place for the
Exactly.
big why at the end of the day, for the big why of what you want House of Wisdom to become.
Yeah.
So your why will help you become intentional, help you set those goals and want to achieve them. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so, so much. Intentional gang. I'm happy to belong to that gang because Chika will be leading now. Me self go there now. We no go green. Uh, Thank you so, so much. I love that. And Goshen Graphics Creative Studio says it takes a village to build a brand, and I agree totally. But
I agree.
initially, you will do the work, like she
You.
said.
It's personal for a reason. Personal. So you have to do it. You.
It's true. And also, I wanted to ask the role of values in creating a personal brand. Can you just shed some light on that? For instance, you are a personal brand and you got values as a person. How do they mingle? How do they interconnect, basically?
Okay. As a personal brand, I have my core values. I have my core values, and I will just list it here. I think this is the first time I'm actually getting that question in any of my speaking engagements. Wow. So I have my values, my core values,
I
and the
believe
first
in values, Chika, and thankfully you do too.
ah amazing. I'm happy for that. So one of my first core value is authenticity. Authenticity. I am me. Nobody can be me. I can't be you. You can't be me. But if we are ourselves, we can change the world. That is my belief. So whenever I'm sharing content, whenever I'm um, showing up, I'm showing up as my authentic self. I'm showing up because I want you to see me, Chika. I don't want you to see Iyabo in me. There's some contents I see on LinkedIn right now. I have seen it somewhere before. So when I read that content, I see the person that I saw it at first. I don't know if you get me. They are using the same, everything is the same. They're just copying and pasting each other for the sake of likes and engagement. That is not me. If I don't know what to post, if I don't know what to tell my audience, I'll just keep quiet. I will not post that day. You will not come and beat me, right? So, authenticity is one of my core values. My second core value is responsibility. Responsibility. You are muted. I think you're saying something.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Someone is
Oh,
here with me.
okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the second one is responsibility. I believe nobody is going to take responsibility for my life. It's my life, so I'm going to take responsibility for it. So whatever I need to do as a person, as a brand, Chika Ike-ojukwu brand, I have to step up to the game. That's what we talked about intentionality. I have to step up to that game. The third one for me is capacity building. Capacity building. I believe so much in learning, on learning and relearning. Because what I knew in 2021 about LinkedIn as a coach is not what I know now. I know so many other things. I've taken courses. I'm part of LinkedIn Marketing Insiders and everything. So it has broadened my knowledge. I know so many other things. Okay, so capacity building, taking courses, going for networking events, attending seminars, workshops, paying for courses as for other persons is something I need to do. The fourth one is spirituality. Spirituality. If you've noticed throughout this whole session, I could not remove God from the equation. I have one thing or the other to talk about my journey, how far God has brought me, and the rest of it. So, spirituality for me is one of my core values. Even one of my impact streams on LinkedIn, which is my newsletter on LinkedIn, is came as a result of God's leading. I even went on a break for like 6 months, and as a result of that, that was because I didn't just want to be posting normal content. I just post and people, because that's different. I'm not posting LinkedIn tips on my newsletter. That's not what I'm doing. It's Shine Your Light newsletter coming from Matthew 5, verse 16. So it has to be God inspired to be able to put something out there. So, spirituality. The fifth one is possibility mentality. All things are possible. If you can do it, I can do it. Christ the be is the hope of glory. So, I can do all things. I can hit that goal. I can get that client. I can help people. I can sell that course. I can coach that person and it gets results. I can do all those things. That I can do mentality is what those are my core values as a person. As a person. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Which means that people who want to build personal brands can also have core values as a way of differentiation in the marketplace, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And you mentioned capacity building, and I've checked your LinkedIn and I saw strings of certifications, and I'm like, what's the craze for certifications for? And you just talked about it that you love to learn. And we are basically for young adults, and I would like to speak to that because we want them to know that capacity building is what will stand them out in life.
Yes. You have to be someone who wants to learn. It's a different ball game when you have what it takes to learn and you don't want to learn. So it's from inside out. Are you someone who wants to learn? Are you someone who feels, oh, I want to be able to um there's some things I know before, I can improve on it. There's some things I need to just erased from my mind because they no longer exist. There's some things we knew before that that's not true. Like when they tell us birds of the same feathers flock together. Right now it's birds of a feather flock together. So you have unlearned what you learned before and you're trying to relearn what is new. That the same thing goes to your industry. There's so many things that are already behind. Everything is coming as AI right now. So you need to be part of the trend. You need to know what's happening in your industry. For example, as I said, what I knew about LinkedIn in 2021 is different from what I know about LinkedIn right now. Okay. What I knew about some things, some subject matters before, not what I know now. So the place for um intentional certification, not just we need to have certifications. Let's go and pack certifications so we can put on our LinkedIn. No, one day you'll be called to actually um talk about those certifications, or actually, how do I put it now? Prove that, oh, you went through the classes and everything. So it's very, very important to not just take certification courses for the sake of it. Learn, let it be part of you. And anyone listening to me right now, this year should be a year of learning for you too. Year of unlearning, year of relearning what you've learned before, and it will end in praise.
Yes, it will definitely end in praise because we want to have people come on our podium in 2025 during the Make 2025 Count webinar series to testify that they were part of Make 2024 Count, and this was what they were able to achieve. We know that those on this live stream will be part of that, and we so much
Amen.
appreciate you for sharing out of the heart. But I wanted to ask, do you rely strictly on organic reach, or you do paid ads?
Organic reach. Organic reach.
Awesome. You don't believe in paid ads? I just wanted to know.
I
Not that
believe
it's
in
bad.
it. No, I believe in paid ads. If you want to reach a higher audience, you have to actually pay the price for it and the rest of it. You just make sure you are doing it the right way. You're targeting the right people, so your money doesn't just go down the drain. I believe in paid ads, but I haven't really tried it. I think I've still just been enjoying my organic leads and reach. I'm still testing.
Awesome.
I'm testing my influence. I'm testing my influence. That
Yeah,
I can have without paid ads. I'm
I
testing it.
get that. I get that perfectly. Okay, so Nanito, you are welcome to the live stream. We are glad to have you. And you say, oh my goodness, I wonder why you said that anyway. You said organic reach for sure. God bless you. And that is what the wave that Chika is currently riding. And it's a big wave because right now on LinkedIn, she has close to 40K followers. I don't know about Insta, but I know that she's big on LinkedIn to the glory of God. And she also has a Shine as a Light. Did I get the name?
Shine your
Newsletter.
light. Shine your
Shine Your
light.
Light newsletter on LinkedIn that you can subscribe to. Please go and follow her on LinkedIn. She's on Chi Globe, on Insta. Please follow her on Facebook. She's on Chika Ike-ojukwu on Facebook. Look for her everywhere and just give her a follow because from this conversation, you know she delivers value. And we are all about value addition too in House of Wisdom. And she just talked about learning, relearning, and unlearning. Very important. And if you also believe in learning, relearning, and unlearning, this is the channel to always watch. We've got so many playlists that you can watch and learn and become a better person because transformation is at the heart of what we do. Now, I wanted to quickly ask before we round off our discussion that what does your content strategy currently look like? Do on all social media? I just wanted to know because I want to understand the Chika Ike-ojukwu brand strategy right now as we speak.
Okay, my content strategy for 2024 is
That's okay.
educational content. Everything is into value driven or value centric content, but it's broken down with into my content pillars, which is inspirational, where I have to impact you, inspirational content, educational content, but something is going to be different from with my content from last year. I'm going to make an offer. In any content I create, there's going to be an offer, right? Because I believe that with that offer, I'll be able to solve the problems that people are facing on LinkedIn or maybe on in their brand. Okay, so it could be an offer to get my course standard on LinkedIn with Chika. It could be an offer to get my one-on-one coaching. It could be an offer to make me your accountability partner, because I hear people tell me, "Oh, Chika, you are so consistent. I love your consistency." It's not enough to admire my consistency. If you want to be consistent too, I can help you make that happen, right? Then maybe offers to be part of whatever that I know can give you value, maybe my ghostwriting services and the rest of it. So that's just that for me. So that's just the difference between last year. There were times I did I set my offer here and there, but this year every one of them, be it inspirational, be it educational, be it whichever content I'll be putting out this year, would have an offer attached to it because I seek to solve more problems with my products and services.
I totally agree with you on that because it's not everybody that will benefit from our free content. We got to take it a notch higher if we want to influence more and more people. And I wish you the best with that direction. And by the way, in House of Wisdom, we also have content pillars around mental health or emotional health, if you call it that. We basically call it more of emotional health, but it's around mental health. And then we also have digital marketing as a content pillar, and we also have singlehood and relationships as a content pillar. So as a ministry, those are our content pillar. And so you are going to find content on that on this channel. We have the singles hangout every month. We also have the digital marketing mastery webinar series. And on Saturday, we are going to have DMM 14.0. Can you imagine? We've done 14 editions in a row. And Chika also spoke in one of our DMMs last year, to the glory of God. And so why do we do that? We believe that for you to succeed in life, you've got to be emotionally healthy. And that is why we provide emotional health content. We also believe that for you to succeed in life, your relationships must be good, your marriage must be good. And so we put all that in as a content strategy for you on this channel. And so if you're interested in any of those areas, please hit the subscribe button and also share this video with a friend. Be the reason why somebody's 2024 turns out to be great. Share this video. Don't limit it to yourself. God bless you as you do so. And I also wanted to ask now, have you gotten to the stage where you use a content calendar, or you still just publish as you are inspired? Because I know you probably have gotten to a stage where you are no longer hustling like a newbie. Yeah.
Okay, right now I publish as I'm inspired. I do it spontaneously. Wh- For example, whatever we talked about here today, I'm going to write a content around it tomorrow. So there's nothing planned as at yesterday or day before yesterday for it. Yes.
I like that approach too. Like you said, do what works for you. It's not about what works for another person. It's what works for me personally, because I'm the personal brand. I'm the one involved, and I don't want to do things that will overwhelm me or make me burn out. Okay, then how do you deal with the aspect of consistency? Because you've mentioned it too. Because a newbie is there, and he's probably read 1,001 posts saying, post every day, and that person is like, how on earth am I going to do that? And so, what does consistently look like for you as a person?
Okay, for me, consistency means showing up with the right strategy. It means choosing when to show up and showing up. Okay. For example, I choose to show up every day. I had to put a range to it in case I don't show up every day. So I had to put a range to it in case I don't show up every day.
Please go on. We are listening. Okay. Move down.
So I choose to, sorry for that. So I choose to show up 5 times a week by 10, 15, or 10:20. The range between 10:15 to 10:20. Okay. So that's my own consistent. But I could remember when I started out on LinkedIn, I wasn't posting 5 times a week as I remember. And I think I was posting, I think 9 o'clock as at that time. So as a newbie, I would advise, because as I said before, whatever I don't practice, I don't preach it. I'm not just saying it because I need to say it or I read it somewhere. So, in as much as you want to do what works for you, what works for you, is it something that will help you succeed? That's the right questions to ask. Because you can hear show up 3 times a week. What works for you? So you'll not be overwhelmed. If you show up 3 times a week, are you going to meet your goals? That's a question you should ask yourself. There are some big brands out there that still show up from Monday to Friday. Then you that you're just starting, that nobody knows you in the industry, nothing is happening with you. Yeah, you want to show up 2 times a week, want to show up 3 times a week. It doesn't work like that. Even right now, as a I'm close to 39 k plus followers, I still show up 5 times a week. So I know Oche Rice shows up 7 times a week, and he has over 100 and something thousand followers. See that he doesn't know what to do with his life for the rest of it. No, everybody has their goal, everybody knows what they're looking for, and the rest of it. So initially, I will ask you, do the work. With time, it will get easier. If I say I want to start showing up 3 times a week right now, it will not really affect my growth because I have built to that extent. But if you choose it, it might start dwindling and the rest of it. So that's just it.
Awesome, awesome. On a final note, I wanted to talk about you said something that struck me, and I just remembered before we round off the chat. And you said you just didn't want to sound like everybody else, and so you took a break. That God, show me what to be posting, direct my footstep. Do you want to speak to that for somebody who is watching now, who is kind of, I don't even know what to post next. I'm confused. As in, what would you say to that kind of a person?
Okay. My LinkedIn page to me is there. Then the newsletter is another department for me. And Shine Your Light newsletter for me God's is my evangelism stream, my impact stream, right? Preach the gospel. My mountain of influence is the media. So preach the gospel kind of thing. Okay. So if I'm not getting the message from the person who sent me, it will be wrong doing it on my own. So every word I'll be putting out there will just be words. I want it to be able to touch people. I want it to be able to read people to be able to get their healings from it, get their transformation. These words sink into their mind because the Bible says what I speak to their spirit and their life. So no matter the content we're putting out there, every content has a spirit behind it, no matter how short, no matter if I tell you right now 5 things to do to grow your LinkedIn page, there's a spirit behind it. It will either want to make you do that thing I told you to do. You just remember that, oh, I read a content from Chika that said this. That's the spirit behind that content. So whenever I'm posting, I'm praying to God, may this content reach the right person, may content solve this problem and the rest of it. So for me, the newsletter is something that was God inspired. So I need to go back to the source to get more instructions and the rest of it. So that's just what happened.
Awesome. If you've got questions, please type them in the comment box so we can attend to them. But in the meantime, I want to appreciate you for your time this afternoon. It's been worth the while. I love this conversation. I love the insights you shared. I love the fact that you were transparent. I just love what you're doing, and I pray that everything you touch turns to gold. By the way, repeat to our people where they can meet you on social media.
Okay, if you're watching me right now, the best thing to do instead of telling you my media handles, just go on Google, type my name, it's on the screen right now, Chika Ike-ojukwu. Google is going to help you. You're going to see my pictures, you're going to see my LinkedIn profile, you're going to see my Instagram, you're going to see whatever you need to see on Google about me. So just go on Google and you're good to go.
Thank you so much for your time. And for those of us still on the live stream or who will watch the replay, I want you to know that we still have another conversation on Wednesday with Amaka Chukwuma on how to be a successful content writer in 2024. Don't miss it. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll also put Chika's details in the description so you can reach out to her And if you also want to reach out to me, I'm at Iyabo Oyawale on all social media. Just type my name in Google. No other Iyabo Oyawale, only one, to the glory of God. And we also have Emmanuel Udeme in the house. He says, thank you, thank you. We appreciate Chika this afternoon. We know you could be in another place, but you chose to spend this time with us, and it means a lot. If you are still on the live stream or you will watch later, share this video with as many people as can benefit, because we want to make what 2024 count. We want to make our lives count. We are saying enough of the mediocrity. This is the time to release our destinies. This is the time to move from average into that greatness that God has deposited inside of us. And so don't just watch, share it with as many people as you have in your network that can benefit. Let's make our lives great. Let's make our destinies beautiful. Let's touch our generation. God bless you, Chika. God bless everyone who has stayed on the live stream and who will watch the replay. Do have a fantastic, fantastic year. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Chika.